Okay, time for some man time. In light of the Pierre brothers losing their lives for their sister, I thought I'd come tell you a quick story, then we'll get into the rest. Years ago, I was dealing with a broad and we got into it. Because I'm a checker. That's what I do. I check niggas and bitches. Wherever you commit the offense, you will be arrested. You will be tried. You will be convicted and you will be... I'll leave the rest to your imagination. But that's just how I get out. So one day I had to check a bitch and her brother came over. And he came for bitten ass. But I was a business man and so he had to come a certain way, to kind of feel shit out a little bit. And when he came, I said something to him. I said, let me ask you a question. You come over here to check me, but you don't check your sister? He said, I did check my sister, nigga. I said, you whooped her? He said, what? I said, did you whoop her? Did you put hands on her? Or did you put that metal on her? I said, what the fuck you talking about? I said, nigga, because if you come around here to do that to me, but you ain't do it to your sister, and your sister don't listen to you when it come to me, who sounds stupid? And I'm asking you the same thing. You see, I told him, I said, hey man, if you can beat your sister, but you don't know if you can beat me, you know you can beat her. You know you can dog her and have your way with her physically because she can't stop you, but you don't know if you can have that way with me. And you don't know if I'm prepared to get out with you the way you prepared to get out with me. So you either willing to kill me or die by me, but you don't want to kill your sister or die by your sister? Hold on, man. How about you check her first and then you come check me? Because for some strange reason, you seem to have favoritism for your sister. But I assure you, your sister gonna choose me before she choose you. Did you catch it? He looked at me and he turned his head. He tilted his head like, what? His other brother was like, damn, he got a point. I said, yeah, I know. Hey, man, hold on. Let's postpone this for a week. I want you to keep your sister away from me for a week. Don't tell her we made this agreement. And if you can keep her away from me for 7 days, on the 8th day, nigga, we can get active. But if you can't keep her away from me for 7 days, you need to make a decision on who you gonna be for your sister. Needless to say, me and that nigga became real good friends. I know. Whenever I would check his sister, he stayed out the fucking way because he realized he was about to lose something that he could not regain for a bitch that will not stop. I know. Most of you are imbecile because you were trained and conditioned to be. Your mama taught you to protect her and your sister with your life. I need you to hear it. She taught you to protect her decisions and your sister's decisions with your life. She said, I don't want to be responsible and accountable for my own decisions. I want you to be accountable and responsible for my decisions. She said, I don't even want your sister to be accountable and responsible for her decisions. I want you to be accountable and responsible for your sister's decisions. It sounds like a big brother complex. I know. Big brothers are taught to be husband figures to their mamas and their sisters. But their mothers and sisters are not taught to be wife figures to anyone. I know. You don't catch it, do you? You see, the Pierre brothers went over to check that nigga, and that nigga killed them, but the sister lived. I'll say it again for you. They went over there to check that nigga, but that nigga killed them and let the sister live. Now, the dude is in prison, the brothers are dead, and the bitch is on the street waiting for the next nigga to do it too. She could have called the police. It would have been problem solved. She could have left. Problem solved. She could have not fucked with the nigga in the first place. Problem solved. She could have done a litany of things, but she did not. She wanted her to do what she wanted to do and not be held responsible and accountable, and they got killed for it. I know. Because they didn't know how to wait 7 days. And on the 8th day get active. They didn't even have the common sense to call the police for the bitch because they wanted to be her husband figure. They didn't have common sense to just say, come on, let's leave. Because they wanted to be the husband figure. They wanted to be the savior. They wanted to be tough guys, and tough guys need nailed to the cross. Tough guy. So before you start jumping in your mama shit, your sister shit, your daughter shit, just remember, you might not be able to beat him. Or you may. You might not be able to kill him. Or he may. He might be able to beat you. Maybe not. He might be able to kill you. Maybe not. You don't know. But what you do know is you can't tell that bitch what to do because she ain't going to do nothing you tell her anyway. And I don't think your life is worth that. But maybe you do. Anywho, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's get the conversation started. I'd like to know how silly shit that niggas do to make themselves look bigger than what they really are for bitches that are smaller than what they are somehow makes sense to them and or to you. And until next time, man, time out.